Hi, and welcome to JNC Better Living's Rooted Yoga. Today, we are going to focus on rooting down and spreading our roots to create more depth so that we can grow stronger. Let's start by finding a comfortable seat, maybe legs crossed, grounding our sits bones into the earth, maybe closing our eyes, bringing hands to heart center, and breathing in the energy of the earth and breathing out anything that is lacking or holds us back. Breathe in that strength, balance that we feel when we're sure-footed on our path. And exhale any beliefs that keep us from our full potential. On your next breath in, sweep your hands up and overhead. Exhale, hands through heart center. 2 more like that. Breathe and circle down around and up. Maybe lift your gaze. Exhale, hands through heart center. And 1 more. Breathe and to lift your arms up. This time taking your left hand down, right hand reaches up and overhead for a side stretch on your right side. Breathe and come back up. Hands float above your head. Exhale, right hand down, left hand reaches up and over. Good. 1 more time, just like that, each side. Breathe in to lift. Exhale, left hand down, right hand stretches. Breathe in, hands come up and overhead. Exhale, right hand down, left hand reaches. Good. Breathe in, sweep your hands up. This time we'll do a little twisting. Right hand comes to the outside of your left leg. Left fingertips come behind you. Sit up nice and tall. Breathe in. Exhale, twist your torso. 1 more breath here. Lengthening through your spine. Exhale, twist. Good. Breathe and come back to center. Sweep your hands up and overhead. This time we'll twist to the right. Left hand outside your right leg. Right fingertips behind your sits bones. Breathe and lengthen. Exhale, twist. Good. 1 more breath here. Breathe and lengthen. Exhale, twist. Good. Breathe and come back to center. We're going to switch our legs if we had one on top or in front so that we get a nice stretch on both sides. And then walk your hands forward, coming into just a mild forward fold here, not going to your deepest level, but still grounding your sits bones into the earth, letting your hands come forward, stretching through your low back. 1 more deep breath in, deep breath out. Good, then we'll walk our hands over to the right. Maybe the left hand comes on top of the right for a nice deep stretch through that left hip. And then walk the hands back to center. And now over to the left, right hand on top of left. Grounding that right sits bone, stretching through that hip. Good, breathe and come back to center. And then walk your hands slowly back to your body. And now we're going to roll over our legs, coming into our tabletop position, making sure that our elbows are aligned over our wrists and our shoulders are lining up right over our elbows. Hips are right over our knees. Good. And just here, holding for a moment, grounding your hands, grounding your knees and the tops of your feet into the earth. Very strong pose, engaging your core. Good. And then we'll take 2 rounds of cat-cow here, dropping your belly, rolling your shoulders back, lifting your gaze. Exhale, pull navel to spine as you round through your back. Drop your chin to chest. Good. One more like that. Drop your belly, roll forward, shoulders roll down and back. Lift your gaze. And exhale, pull navel to spine, rounding through your back into cat pose. Good. Breathe and come back to our neutral spine. We'll take a little spinal balance here. Extend your right arm out in front of you and take your left leg back. Toes can stay on the mat to stabilize you, or you can lift that leg up so arm and leg are parallel to the earth. Good. Really stretch your fingertips in one direction, toes in the opposite direction, grounding into that knee and that hand, letting the earth support you here while you try to balance. Good. Exhale, bring the hand and knee down. We'll do that on the other side. Grounding into the right hand, extend your left arm, and then take your right leg back, maybe toes on the mat, maybe leg lifts. Really pressing your hand and knee into the mat, extending the toes and the fingers in opposite directions. Gauging your core here. Breathe in. Exhale, bring the knee and the hand back down. Good. Now we'll take a little thread the needle, taking our left hand up to the sky. Maybe gaze goes up for a moment. And then bringing your hand between your arm and your torso, coming down onto the left shoulder, left side of your face. Good. Maybe taking those right fingers and walking them to the top of your mat. Or if it's not too early for you, you can lift that right hand up and then take a little half bind here, wrapping your right arm around your back. Maybe your fingers find your left thigh. Good. Just 2 breaths here. Feeling a nice little twist, nice little stretch while we continue to ground our knees, our shoulder, the tops of our feet into the earth for support. Extending our roots down deep so that we can find the strength and the stability to grow. Good. If you had your arm wrapped, reach it up to the sky and then plant it in front of your face. If you had your fingers at the top of the mat, then just ground your hand right in front of your face. Press your right hand into the mat as you sweep that left arm up to the sky and then lower it down. Good. Ground into that left hand now. Right hand sweeps up. And exhale, thread the needle on this side. Down onto your right shoulder this time, right side of your face. Fingers walk to the top of your mat, or take that half bind, wrapping your arm around your back, maybe finding your inner thigh or wherever your hand can rest. 2 breaths here. And then planting your left hand in front of your face, right arm sweeps up to the sky, and then slowly lower it down. Good. Walk your hands about 1 full palm distance forward. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips up, coming into your first down dog. Let's pedal out our feet here, rocking onto our ball of our foot and then the sole of our foot. Turn your inner elbows forward and press your chest back to your thighs. Really creating a nice stretch here. Good, and then find some stillness. Grounding hands and feet into the earth. Heels don't have to touch, and if you need to, slight bend in the knees is okay. Good, then we're going to take the feet nice and wide here. And take your right hand and plant it just under your nose. And then take your left hand and reach for your right ankle. Good, finding a nice little twist here. Maybe your gaze goes up to the ceiling under your right arm. Good, and then take your right hand and put it on your left ankle while your left hand comes to the center, finding that nice stretch here. Good, return your hands so that they're parallel to one another. And then we're just going to slowly walk to the top of our mat. Breathe in and half lift, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Good, breathe in and half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Good, really grounding your feet now so that all four corners are touching the earth. Bend into your knees. Roll up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Head is the last thing to come up. Breathe in and sweep your hands up and overhead. Gaze goes up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Good, breathe in and circle down, around and up. Reach for the sky. Exhale, hands through heart center. Good, one more time. Breathe and circle down, around and up. And this time we'll hinge from our hips, swan dive forward. Arms come all the way out. And then slowly float down to the mat. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Step back, coming into a chaturanga. You can drop your knees if you would like. Bending into your elbows. Elbows point backward as you lower your chest down to the mat. Good. Breathe in and lift your heart to shine forward, coming into a little cobra pose. Exhale, lower down. Good, another one. Breathe in, lift that chest up, coming into cobra again. Exhale, lower. And one more time. Breathe in and lift. Exhale, lower. Good. Press into your hands, coming into tabletop briefly, and then tuck your toes, lift your sits bones, coming back to our down dog. Good. Let's try to find some stillness here. Again, rolling those eyes of your elbows forward, pressing your chest toward your legs. Breathe in and sweep your left foot up and back. Exhale, step that foot between your hands. Pivot on your back foot and cartwheel your hands up, coming into warrior two. Really grounding into the earth here. Good. Front foot is pointing forward. Gaze is over your left middle fingers. Back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Make sure that your front knee is right over your ankle. Torso is straight up and down. Pausing here for 2 breaths. Good. Then coming into reverse warrior, right hand down, left hand reaches up to the sky. Good. Find a little back bend here. Good. And then bend into that left arm, left forearm to left thigh, right arm up to the sky, coming into side angle, stacking your Shoulders one on top of the other. Your head just an extension of your spine. Try not to drop your head in any one direction. Good. Then reverse your warrior one more time. And then we'll straighten through that front leg coming into reverse triangle. And then let's bring our arms parallel to the earth. Shift that right hip back. Reach that left hand forward, coming into our triangle pose. Tick-tock your arms. Left arm goes down, right arm goes up toward the sky. Good. You can use a block here if you'd like, or rest that left hand on your leg. Good. We'll reverse our triangle one more time. Right hand down, left hand up to the sky. Good. And then bring that left hand down. We're going to pivot and turn to a wide legged forward fold. So toes are coming in, heels are out, and then we'll hinge from our hips, folding forward. Good. Hands come to the mat or maybe blocks. Head comes down. Try to balance your weight and ground all four corners of your feet into the mat. Good. If you have a handstand in your practice, you can try moving into that here. Otherwise, if you're staying here with me, let's walk our hands over to the left ankle. Good. Find a little stretch. And then walk our hands back to center. And then over to the right ankle. Find another little stretch on this side. Good. Come back to center. And we're either going to come into Skandasana or a skater pose. So skater pose, we're just going to bend the knee and extend the arms out. If you want Skandasana, you're going to bend into the knee, turn your right toes up. Good. And then you can keep your fingers on the mat or maybe bring hands to heart center, finding a little balance here. Good. A couple breaths. And then either bring your hands down, press yourself up, or if you have it, the strength in your leg, press off that left foot, and then bend into the right knee, coming into skater or Skandasana on this side. Couple breaths here. Good. And then press off that foot. Come back up. Toes are pointing out now. Heels are in. Reach your arms up, coming into star pose. Good. And then we'll bend into our knees, coming into our goddess pose. Knees pointing right out over the toes. Sits bones are coming down toward the earth as we bend into our knees. Try to tuck your pelvis a little bit so you take the arching out of your back. Try to have a nice long spine here. For 3, 2, 1. Good. Press up back into star. And then bring your hands down. We're going to turn those right toes to point to what would be the back of our mat. Left toes are turning in at a 45-degree angle. Bend into that right knee and come into our warrior two on this side. Couple breaths here. Remember, right knee right over right ankle. Gaze is over your right middle finger this time. Torso straight up and down. And then left hand down, right hand reaches to the sky, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle, bending into that right forearm, left arm up to the sky, stacking shoulder over shoulder. Good. Reverse your warrior again. Right hand lifts. And this time straighten through your right leg, coming into our reverse triangle. And then bring your arms parallel to the earth. Shift your left hip back, reach your right hand forward. Tick-tock those arms. Come into your triangle pose. Again, a block is good here, or maybe just put your hand on your leg. Good. Reverse your warrior, your triangle one more time. And then slowly bring that arm down. We're going to turn the toes to face forward, coming into our wide-legged forward fold one more time. Hands on your hips, or maybe extended out to a T, bending forward. Good. Hands then float to the floor. Try to move a little bit forward onto the balls of your feet, keeping your weight off the heels entirely. Maybe the head comes to rest on the mat. If you can't reach, this is also a good place for a block for support. Good. And then slowly lifting, half lift. And now we're going to turn our heels in, toes out, maybe slide the feet in a little bit more, and then bring your sits bones toward the earth, coming into Malasana. Good. Toes are pointing out, heels are in, elbows maybe come to your inner thighs, hands at prayer, finding a nice hip stretch here, really grounding our feet into the earth. Couple breaths here. Good, and then we're going to slowly bring our hands behind us, bring our sits bones to the mat, and we'll do some seated poses, and then we'll do another flow after that. So coming into Navasana, boat pose, we're going to bend into our knees, come up onto our sits bones and our toes. Maybe take your hands behind your thighs and then lift one or both of your calves so they're parallel to the earth. Good. Toes are pointing forward. You can stay right here, or for another challenge, extend your arms out. If you start to feel pain in your back, bring your hands back to your thighs so that you can use your core as opposed to putting the weight on your back. Good. If you don't feel pain, then maybe you can extend even more. Maybe arms go up to the sky. Good. Holding here. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more. Deep breath in. And exhale. Lower down. Wrap your arms around your legs. Give yourself a little hug. Good. And then we'll come into a Janu Shirshasana, extending that right leg, bringing the left sole of the foot to the right inner thigh. We'll sit up nice and tall, reaching our hands up and overhead, and then shift so that your torso is facing that right leg, and then fold forward, reaching the crown of your head toward your toes, finding a nice stretch with a long back here. Good. Couple breaths here. Slowly walk your hands up your leg. Good. We're going to take that left knee and point it to the ceiling. Take a little twist here, wrapping that right arm around our leg. Left hand comes behind your sits bones, just as we started, coming into a nice little twist. Breathing in to lengthen, exhaling to twist, grounding our sits bones into the earth, and really feeling the energy of the earth supporting us so that we can become our best selves. Good, and then slowly turn back to center. Extend that left leg, bringing the right sole of the foot to the left inner thigh. Breathe and sweep your hands up and overhead. Exhale, fold over the left leg. Again, reaching the crown of the head toward the toes, not rounding through the back. Just finding a nice stretch here. One more deep breath in and deep breath out. And then slowly walk your hands up your leg. Take that right knee and point it up to the sky. Wrap your left arm around it. Bring your right hand behind your sits bones. Sit up nice and tall and then twist. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more deep breath in and deep breath out. Good. Breathe and come back to center. We're going to cross our legs, roll over our legs, coming into our tabletop again. And we'll do one more flow. Tuck our toes, lift our hips up to the sky. Good. And then this time we're going to come into a warrior one. So breathe in and lift your right leg up. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Widen your stance and pivot your back foot so it's at a 45-degree angle. Breathe in and shift your arms up to the sky, making sure that you've got your stance wide enough so your hips can point forward like headlights. Good. Sink into your right knee. So your right knee is just over your right ankle. Good. Deep breath in. Roll your shoulders down and back. Lift your gaze. Exhale, fold forward, coming into humble warrior. Maybe your arms extend all the way to the floor or to blocks. Good. Breathe and lift your arms up. Exhale, fold forward, humble warrior again. And one more time. Breathe into lift. Exhale, fold forward. Good. This time we're going to leave our hands planted right next to our feet. We're going to step that back foot a little forward and then press off that foot, lift that left leg up and back, coming into a standing split. Good. Maybe your right hand wraps around your left ankle. Maybe you can find the balance to hold onto your ankle with both hands. And if you don't have it, then that's okay. Good. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Good. And then slowly bring that left foot down. We're going to do a little curtsy. So bring your left knee behind your right knee, bend into the right knee, and then step it up again, lifting to a standing split one more time. And exhale, plant your left foot behind you. Good. Coming into our warrior two legs, cartwheeling our arms up. Good. So your right heel, if you were to draw a line, dissects your back foot. Good. Breathe in, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle. Breathe in, come back to warrior two. Straighten through that front leg. Good. Turn your toes to face forward, and then turn your left toes coming into your warrior two on this side. Bend into that left knee. Reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle. Reverse your warrior again. And we'll come into our standing split. So cartwheeling our hands down to the mat, framing our left foot, and then lifting that right leg up and back. Again, maybe playing with balance here, holding onto your ankle, or just hovering your hands to see if you can find a good balance. Good. Bend into that right knee. Right knee comes behind the left knee, little curtsy squat. And then lift that right leg up again for a standing split. And then slowly lower your foot down behind you. We're going to come into warrior one now, so our wider stance. Good. Breathe in and lift our hands up to the sky. Good. Hips are shining forward and balanced. Exhale, humble warrior, fold forward over that left leg. Breathe in and lift, warrior one. Exhale, fold forward. Last time, breathe and lift. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands. Good. Step your left foot back. And we'll come into one more chaturanga. Either coming all the way down or halfway. Good. Cobra or up dog. And then rolling over your feet, coming back to our down dog. And then we'll finish off coming back down to the floor. We'll come down onto our back. We'll come into a bridge pose that allows us to get nice and grounded and connect to the earth. So laying on your back, knees pointing up, feet come in close to your sits bones. And then we're going to slide a block or 2 blocks under our sits bones as we press our feet into the mat, lift our hips, resting that block right under your sacrum to support you. Let's take our hands and place them on the mat, palms facing down, to feel totally grounded here. Good. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Let the earth support you so that you can feel the strength to do more, to learn more, and to find your purpose. Couple breaths here. Good, and then we're going to press our feet into the mat, lift our hips, slide that block out. Slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time. Extend your feet to opposite corners of the mat. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Feel the breath, allowing you to your chest to rise and fall, your belly to rise and fall. Finding our final resting pose here in Shavasana. Knowing that the earth is here to support us. With every in-breath we take, and with every breath out, letting go of anything, any thought, any worry that does not serve you. And slowly bring your knees in toward your chest. Roll over onto your right side. Using the strength in your left hand, press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. And bring hands to heart center. Bow your chin into your chest in honor of the beautiful soul within. The light in me honors and respects the light in each one of you. Thank you for joining me here today. Namaste.
And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more free rooted yoga from JNC Better Living. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. Comment below if there are areas that you'd like me to address in future yoga practices.